You'll get to know the 9 things the middle class waste money on, thinking they're getting richer. The ninth item is so common that you'll be shocked to know it. So watch this video till the end. Now let's start. Number 1. Financing options and associated costs. Middle-class families are encountering elevated interest rates on their debt compared to wealthier individuals, and they are also being increasingly driven into economic uncertainty due to the financial activities of affluent demographics. It's important to recognize that many individuals might be allocating funds towards interest payments and managing substantial debt obligations, including private loans, student loans, or credit card debt. However, it is often the wealthier households that play a significant role in their own financial instability. Economic advisor Maud Toussaint-Como highlights that numerous middle-class families facing credit card interest rates near 15% are allocating over 30% of their monthly income to debt repayments. This situation significantly undermines their capacity to save for emergencies, retirement, and increasing expenses. It is evident that many middle-class families are increasingly dependent on credit cards to manage essential expenses, unforeseen costs, and housing needs. This trend highlights a financial strategy that wealthier individuals tend to circumvent, often not by choice, but by virtue of their financial positioning. Number 2. Acquiring possessions for social standing. Numerous middle-class families allocate their resources towards status symbols in an effort to project a more affluent image. This often results in living beyond their financial capacity to stay aligned with fashion trends and manage daily expenses, such as dining out or financing a vehicle that exceeds their budgetary constraints. Many individuals engage in extravagant travel, dining, and high-end fashion acquisitions, with some even resorting to debt to support their lifestyle choices, despite lacking the disposable income to genuinely cover these expenses. In a society where numerous individuals, particularly those from low-income and middle-class backgrounds, are facing challenges in establishing a sense of being part of a community without incurring expenses, it is understandable that they may turn to overspending as a means of coping with their emotional struggles. However, this behavior is ultimately undermining their aspirations for financial security and stability. Now, subscribe to our channel and also press the like button to know more things the middle class waste their money on. Number 3. Penalties for late payments. Given that a significant portion of Americans report that their financial circumstances adversely affect their mental well-being, as indicated by a recent survey, it's understandable that many are turning to debt in an attempt to feel financially secure and ready, despite the potential pitfalls of this approach. Many individuals depend on credit for expenses beyond their means or unforeseen emergencies, leading them to spend money they do not possess and accumulate debt that may weigh heavily on their financial future. This illustrates why middle-class families often incur higher costs through late payments and fees compared to wealthier individuals. Individuals are utilizing credit cards beyond their available funds, which necessitates careful planning of their monthly income to ensure they can meet their payment obligations when due. Without a strategic approach, individuals may find themselves dealing with late payments and accruing additional interest until they can secure the necessary funds to settle their obligations. Number 4. High-end branded products. It is often believed that affluent individuals prefer ostentatious name-brand products to showcase their wealth. However, the reality is that many wealthy people gravitate towards quiet luxury and subtle status symbols to convey their financial standing, whereas those in the middle class are more likely to engage in conspicuous consumption. Experts from the University of Michigan indicate that numerous middle-class individuals are misallocating their funds on designer labels in an attempt to project an illusion of wealth. Furthermore, the marketing tactics and advertising strategies employed by these brands are capitalizing on these desires. In recent years, the quality and durability of genuine designer products have diminished. However, many individuals in the middle class continue to purchase these brands, often justifying their spending as a form of investment. This mindset can lead to higher expenditures on clothing and accessories compared to other income groups, resulting in potential financial strain. Number 5. Significant home or vehicle repairs. A recent investigation by CNBC into the habits of millionaires reveals that many affluent individuals prefer not to spend on significant home and car repairs. Instead, they choose to replace these items entirely when issues arise. Given their financial capacity, they justify opting for replacements instead of repairs by arguing that these choices represent more prudent long-term investments. A replacement is likely to provide greater durability than a repair. However, this is one of the areas where middle-class families tend to spend unnecessarily, while wealthier individuals often steer clear of such expenses as they have more limited disposable income to allocate towards purchasing a new vehicle or home when issues arise. Instead, they find themselves allocating funds to issues and problems that typically result in greater expenses over time. Number 6. Packaged and processed food items. Individuals with substantial financial resources often prioritize their health by avoiding processed and packaged foods that can have adverse effects. They tend to shop at organic grocery stores and farmers markets, which may be financially out of reach for those with lower incomes. There is a common perception that these expenses may not yield a worthwhile return, with the argument that the financial implications of health issues arising from poor and processed diets can accumulate over time. However, for numerous lower-income households, these options often represent their only feasible choice. Due to the distance from premium grocery stores, limited financial resources for purchasing fresh products, and the demands of a busy lifestyle, families in middle and low-income brackets frequently find themselves spending on readily available and convenient food options to nourish themselves and their loved ones. It is evident that the financial capacity of affluent individuals to access fresh and nutritious food, engage in workout classes, and invest in preventative health care contributes significantly to their overall health and longevity compared to those with lower incomes. Number 7. Rapidly produced fashion and low-cost apparel. Affluent households typically prioritize the purchase of clothing and accessories that emphasize durability and timelessness, whereas lower-income families often find themselves drawn into the cycle of fast fashion and rapidly changing trends. Many individuals in the middle class find themselves spending on transient trends and low-cost apparel, often leading to a cycle of replacing and repurchasing items that lack durability. It's essential to consider the implications of spending habits, especially regarding the affordability of sustainable fashion. For many low and middle-class families, the tendency to shop on fast fashion websites and acquire transient items may serve as an unhealthy coping strategy amidst financial uncertainty. Number 8. Eating out and fast food options. Middle-class families often exhibit a pattern of purchasing more processed foods from grocery stores, and they also tend to consume more fast food and dine out more frequently compared to wealthier families. Although this is an area where middle-class families may incur unnecessary expenses that wealthier individuals tend to sidestep, it is frequently not a matter of choice. Instead, It often stems from convenience and necessity for families who may lack disposable income, time for grocery shopping, or expertise in budgeting for their food needs. Now, watch the video appearing on the left side to know how to survive on a low income. Also, subscribe to our channel to help us complete our goal of 10,000 subscribers.